Hello, this is Lang Legion, and today we are going to talk about how to learn a foreign language. The two biggest criteria that you have to know to learn a foreign language is input and output. Input are the things like vocabulary and grammar, while output is about talking and writing, for example. To learn vocabulary, you'll have to know a basic amount of words before reading a book or something. I recommend that you read or listen to things at your level in the target language. For example, as a beginner, you shouldn't read a large book on 200 pages about astrophysics, for example. That you should probably read something easier, not necessarily a children's book, but those are good in their way. It's the same with listening. You shouldn't listen to a podcast about politics if you just start learning your language. Some sources that I recommend is Short Stories by Ollie Richards. I think it's a really good source to learn languages because you get to see some new words at the end of the chapter and it's easy and comprehensible. 1/10 of the time spent learning should be put on output when you reached a somewhat fluent level. A good source to practice your language is Italki. They have a large variety of different languages. Every language from A to Z, they probably have, or at least those that you're willing to learn. They have like 150. It's sick. So now that you know the basics of language learning, let's go into the details. For example, 9 out of 10 of the words that you read, you should probably understand to extend your vocabulary in a good way. Another good tip is if you want to learn more words, it's a good idea to read the same chapter a couple of times before you move on to the next chapter. The same goes for listening. Like, if you want to understand something better, it's a very good idea that you heard it a couple of times because you get a deeper understanding about what the topic is about and you have an easier time to understand the hidden context like expressions or sarcasm or something like that if you heard it a couple of times. And my last tip of today is that when you're speaking, you shouldn't be too worried because you may think that someone doesn't understand you and maybe they don't, but it's more often than not that people can understand what you're saying. Like in this video, I may not have spoken too good English, but you probably understood what I have been saying for the most part, at least. Thank you for today, and subscribe please, because we are a new channel. Be nice.